warning, what you're about to see next will be one of the most amazing drafts ever. Actually, no, we're just gonna transition right into this. What's going on, EPA fans and Cosmogs supporters that may somewhere be out there? I am Phantom Base, your coach of the New York Cosmogs, and we have joined the American Pokemon Association, aka the APA, for their Season 1 of the Wi-Fi season. Yeah, that was redundant, I don't care. Basically, let me explain to you how this draft worked out. So as you can see, we have required Pokemon here that are valued at specific values. We had to take one S tier Pokemon, which is like Megas or certain Pokemon we think are better than Tier 1. There's some Tier 1s, some Tier 2s. We have to have one Tier 1, one Tier 2, two Tier 3, one Tier 4, one Tier 5, and 4 free picks each, adding up to a total of 400 points. So, with the S tier potentially granting us extra points if we grab something kind of lower. Anyway, so with that, we were ninth pick in the draft, and it was snake style. So when it came back around, we were closer to the top of the draft. But at ninth pick in the draft, we did have to see both Jirachi and Tapu Fini sniped, which we really wanted. So instead, we decided to go with something we're comfortable with. And yes, that's right. We decided to go with our boy Victini. 5th of November is returning to our squad one more time. You will see him put in some massive work during this season. I, for one, am incredibly hyped about using him again, having touched him since Season 2 of PMC, which was quite a while ago. Now, in case you guys aren't familiar with me and my use of Victini, I do quite love it. And yeah, that's all I'm really going to say about that. And that was my first pick because it was something that I'm incredibly comfortable with. Oh crap. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's go back. Let's stop it from making noises. I'm actually going to attempt to edit while in here. Okay, so there we go. Now, anyway, we currently coming back to this particular position in the draft. We've got to figure out, okay, what do we want to pair with Victini? But something that I want, but I want something that I'm comfortable with, you know? So I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and grab one of our favorite dragons in the whole world. That's right. We are once again pairing Victini with Hydreigon. Shout out to my boy J Specs for his clean mascot in league play, or his clean mascot in league play. He is the Hamden Hydreigons. He is also in here with us, which I'm very, very happy about. We've also got a couple other friends of ours, Spelancer, D-Bag Gamer. We've got Jacob, as always. We've got Arcanite, a few other people we haven't played before. So I'm hyped to see. Anyway, Hydreigon. I want something to counter an already potentially obvious ground weakness, while also dealing with ghost types and dark types that Victini is so prone to. Granted, that does leave us a bit of I guess we're kind of weak to, I'm not really sure. I guess Fairy's kind of sitting in front of us a little bit. Tapu Fini's always going to be a problem. But, you know, it's like, Hydreigon has such great coverage, and Victini's such a great physical wall breaker. Hydreigon's such a great special wall breaker. They just pair super well together. The synergy is phenomenal. Now, next time I decided I'm going to start developing a defensive core right off the bat because I want to complete my Fairy Dragon Steel core, but at the same time, I want to complete my Firewire Grass core. So I really want to kind of develop some defensive synergy as we're going. So the next Pokemon I decided to pick up is none other than our boy Skarmory, returning from Season 2 after we dropped him. Sorry, we were a little more comfortable with Latios back then, but I wanted to try out Skarmory again. I wanted some hazards. I wanted some hazard removal, because there's nothing I like better than hazard removal, as you will see throughout the rest of this particular draft. You will see me making sure that I grab all sorts of hazard removal. So anyway, Skarmory is super good physically defensively. It sits in front of anything that Hydreigon or Victini are weak to, particularly the rock weakness. weakness, the fairy weakness, the fighting weakness in Hydreigon. While it's not resisted, base 140 defense, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be taking fighting attack pretty decently. Yeah, this mon is really good physically, defensively, plus it gets access to Stealth Rocks, Whirlwind, Defog, Spikes, Roar, plus just a plethora of other things. It's not super versatile, but what it does well, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a good physically defensive mon. And now, to pair with this physically defensive mon, I thought, let me grab a specially defensive mon. Granted, it shares a weakness, but the synergy with the first two will cover that. So welcome back to us after having our team quite changed from the PMC Season 3. Archimedes the Decidueye is coming back to us, and I am very, very happy about that because I've been dying to use Decidueye ever since I've had it sniped from me in almost every league that I've started bringing in. Yeah, it's a great Pokemon. All sorts of setup and baton pass scenarios it can bring in. It's a good, especially defensive wall. It's great for substitute set. It's great just for scouting. It can't be trapped, especially with access to U-turn and baton pass. It gets nasty plot, it gets sword stance, it gets tailwind, it gets defog, it gets spirit shackle to trap. I mean, this Pokemon is so good, so underrated, and I'm very happy to see what it can do in League format, because the base 107 attack, base 100 defense, or base 100 special attack, and base 100 special defense, plus it being 70 speed isn't terrible. I mean, it could be better, but it outspeeds a couple things in the mid lower tier of speed. So yeah, that's Decidueye. Now the next Pokemon I wanted to grab was completing our Firewater Grass Core, and also kind of added to a mixed bulk. I wanted to have a Pokemon that could, kind of hit decently hard, but also take hits really well from either side, whichever way I wanted to run it, because I wanted that kind of versatility. So say hello to young Blastoise, who is our first Rapid Spinner that we're bringing. I'm really excited to use this Pokemon, because I have it in the ITL, and it's serving me very, very well. It can be run a plethora of different ways. Its attack stats are close to equal, so it can really be unpredictable because of the moves that it gets, with access to things like Earthquake, as well as access to things like Scald, Ice Beam, Mirror Code, Counter. This thing is incredible as a bulky mon, or as an offensive mon. It gets Power Up on too. Like I said, it gets Rapid Spin. It's just really good overall, and a good bulky water is always nice to have. Now, I would spoil something for you guys, but you'll find out after week 1 what happens. So, no, don't want to say anything more about it. But anyway, that is enough about that. We're going to go into our, like I said, this Pokemon pairs super duper well with our, with the rest of our course so far, because while it shares a weakness with Skarmory and Electric, Decidueye and Hydreigon resist. It has a grass weakness that literally all 4 of the other Pokemon resist. So this Pokemon is very, very good. It will serve us very well, I think. Now our next Pokemon, I thought, I want a little bit higher speed, and I want more offensive presence, and some more versatility. So, please welcome, from coming all the way from PMC Season 1 before I dropped it, me and Xiao. We're bringing some of them sock and boppers back to us. I wanted a mod that could spam knockoff. First off, that was huge for me. I needed that. Second off, I needed a mod that was just gonna scare people, because it has 105 speed. It beats the base 100 speed tier. It gets all sorts of coverage. Reckless high jump kick is incredibly scary from this mod. And on top of that, it could get regenerator as well if you wanted to run that. This thing also gets access to Fake Out. It gets access to Poison Jab. It's just plus, if you wanted to be goofy and run a sub-calm mindset, you could, because it gets Aura Sphere and things like that. It also gets Baton Pass to go along with Decidueye. So if you don't want to run a nasty plot baton pass. Decidueye, you could always run an agility baton pass, but you chow. Whatever works. I mean, we've got all sorts of synergy here. Plus, it pairs super well with Victini and the fact that it doesn't share any weaknesses. And it also pairs well with Skarmory. Because I could bring this as a super offensive mon, and literally everything that goes against this mon is resisted by Skarmory. So I'm really, really pleased with the synergy once again. I could not be more pleased with my synergy right now. It makes me super happy. Now, the next Pokemon I decided to grab was once again a more offensive mon. I wanted something fast over the base 100 speed tier, but I also looked around and I was like, I need my electric span. I needed it, and I was sitting going, I also need a ghost immunity, because right now I only have one ghost resist and 2 ghost weaknesses. So I thought I would go ahead and grab Heliolisk, because once again, he was on our draft for the PMC Season 3 before we had to switch some things up. Now, I am very happy to explain that judging by my free picks, most people have discovered I was going to have to grab a Tier 3 S tier Pokemon, which was perfectly fine with me. That's what I wanted. I had a plan with that, so you guys will see. But this Pokemon is base 108 or 109 speed, 109 special attack. This thing can hit choice specs like a nuke, and it gets access to Hyper Voice, Dark Pulse, Surf, Volt Switch. Golly, this thing is Solar Beam. This thing is, I think it's Signal Beam too, if I'm not mistaken. It's got some weird coverage. But yeah, especially with Surf, that's a lot of fun. This Pokemon also is a water immunity if you want to run Dry Skin with it. It's literally like the Weathermon. If you want to bring a Sandstorm team, I've got Sandville. If you want to run a Rain team, I've got Dry Skin. You want to run a Sun team, I've got Solar Power. I mean, this Pokemon, you can't bring weather against it without it taking advantage of it, and it's great. It's awesome. I love it. The only thing you can do against it is bring Hail, and yeah, we'll see how I deal with that. So, next up on the list is, let me see if I remember. I decided to bring some more offensive mons back to the table, or defensive mons, I should say, back to the table, because I'm like, I wanted to add another Stealth Rocker to the mix to make sure that I had an electric immunity. Because I'm developing kind of an electric, I say kind of electric weakness. I've got 2 weaknesses, 3 resists. Not really a weakness, but I don't want to be abused. I wanted to have an immunity to go with it. Plus I wanted a mon that can set up rocks, so we can take some pressure off Skarmory. Because Skarmory doesn't always have to be the rock setter. It can always be just a hazard remover, or it could just be spikes. We don't always want it to be sharing the same thing. Plus this Pokemon also shares no weaknesses with Skarmory, so we are going to welcome to our squad Duke Devlin, the Rhyperior. That's right, we are bringing him back from the ITL of this season. I've seen it run many ways. Solid Rock is a hugely good ability, with pretty much being a filter with a different name. A filter with a different name. You guys have to pardon my yawn. It is almost 2 a.m., but it's the only time I can record. So, Rhyperior, good rock setter. It can be a rock polish abuser, and it's another sand immunity that is just, I don't want my team getting worn down. And my team, this Pokemon can help prevent that, because it's a nuke, and on top of that, it's just incredibly bulky. A base 105 HP, and base 140 defense, 130 attack. I believe that's where it goes, if I recall. Plus one of the few mons to get Rock Wrecker. And it also gets access to useless Lightning Rod. And like I said, Rock Polish could be really good. You can run a Weakness Policy Rock Polish set, it probably won't die in a shot, and you can easily set up Rock Polish and start killing stuff. And with Rock Blast, you can break things like Mimikyu's Disguise, or you can do other crazy things. It's just a good mod. It's a great defensive mod if you wanted to bring it that way. It's a great offensive mod if you wanted to bring it that way. It's a little bit unpredictable, which is what I was shooting for. Now, our next Pokemon, I looked around and was like, I need a fairy to complete my Fairy Dragon Steel course. Right now, our Firewater Grass course is complete with Victini, Decidueye, and Blastoise, and we've got Hydreigon and Skarmory currently as our Fairy Dragon Steel core. We need the fairy, and this was going to fill in my last free pick as well. But I wanted a cleric, I wanted a wish passer, and I wanted a fairy in general, just to be a bulky mon, or potentially a trick room setter if I wanted to bring some slower mons. That's right. We are bringing back Aromatisse from our PMC draft from Season 3 before we had to switch over. I'm very pleased with this pick. A lot of people gave me hate for it, but I've got so many resists. I say resists. I got a decent amount of poison resists, and I got a lot of steel resists. So I'm not upset with this pick at all. This Pokemon can be such great support. It can be incredibly annoying to deal with if you're not prepared for it. If you don't prepare for Aromatisse, it will screw you over. It can just stall you out for days and days. Wish Toxic Protect. Literally, this Pokemon just passes wishes to everything. You can't taunt it. This Pokemon gets, and you can set up Calm Minds with it and start smacking yourself with Moonblast. Like I said, this Pokemon you cannot. It's hard to stop because you can't taunt it. Because Sweet Veil or Aroma Veil is a thing. And that's what makes this Pokemon so good in my mind, is you can't taunt it, you can't stop it from setting up on you, and you sure as heck can't stop it from passing wishes and being a cleric. That's what I need it for. And so yeah, it's filling roles. That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm filling roles in my team. And speaking of filling roles, this next Pokemon is very, very odd to a lot of people. But I grabbed it because 1, it's a tier 5 Pokemon, 2, it's a great, you can't go wrong with a bulky Psychic type, and 3, it is one of the 4 mons outside of Tapu Lele that gets access to Psychic terrain. So say hello to Musharna, or Crest Jr. Because this Pokemon can deal us yet again another baton passer, which I ultimately, I was like, I want to make sure I have as much initiative on this team as possible. I've got U-turn in Mienshao, U-turn in Victini, U-turn in Hydreigon, U-turn / baton pass in Decidueye, baton pass Musharna, baton pass Mienshao, Volt Switch, Heliolisk. I wanted to make sure I had everything. This thing can also, I think this thing gets Healing Wish, so it can easily heal up a Pokemon that I need to heal it up, use to heal it up, and go into it. And it's free initiative for me, essentially. This Pokemon gets Psychic Terrain, which is super important because it helps support my S tier, which I did save for last. And this thing also can support things like Victini. You can't Sucker Punch a Mon if it's under Psychic Terrain, and I'm so happy about it. That's a big thing that I wanted. I wanted to have access to Psychic Terrain. I wanted priority blocking. I also wanted another support mod for like Baton Pass or golly, I can bring Moonlight on it just to be annoying. It's a good mod to wall some fighting types, which between it and Aromatisse, it's going to be a hardcore to break through, which is what I'm looking for. I need defensive options to go with my wall breakers. And I've got a decent amount of wall breakers. I've got things like Heliolisk, Mienshao, Victini, Hydreigon, even Rhyperior or Decidueye could be if I wanted them to be. But man, I've got a decent amount of wall breakers / wing cons, and then the rest I've got a lot of bulk. I've got a lot of bulk, but I've got a good bit of speed too, because I got 3 Pokemon that hit or break the base 100 speed tier. And my last Pokemon, and Hydreigon hits it close to 98. But our last Pokemon, and I'm so happy to use this mon because I've never used it. But as you guys will see, it's going to be kind of a heat pick. And by heat, I mean super cool. That's right, our S tier was Mega Glalie, because this is one of the few we could afford, but it's also the one that fit our team best. This Pokemon was picked mostly for our division rivals, because it's going to be really hard to deal with a freeze dry mon. Like, I wanted a team that could deal, I wanted particularly an S tier that could abuse the fact that the speed change is now instant when you Mega Evolve, and Mega Glalie does that. And it does it well. You can't, Mega Gardevoir's not released yet, so I really wanted to have Mega Glalie. And because I needed Ice type, first off, I need Ice Priority, which this thing has base 120 attack, so it's going to be hit like a truck. It also gets access to Explosion, Freeze Dry, Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, Earthquake, Crunch, Iron Head. This thing gets a lot of weird coverage, which I'm actually excited to use. So, but in particular, this Pokemon has base 100 speed. So yeah, right off the bat, it's going to be pretty decent. It's also got base 80 in all of its defensive stats, which isn't great, but it's not bad either. Like base 80 HP isn't too weak, and base 80 in defenses is kind of meh. So I mean, it could take a hit. It won't take many more than that. It won't take a bullet punch, but I mean, we can outspeed a lot of things at base 100, and we get baton pass and some speed with me and Xiao. Or we can set up a tailwind with Decidueye and just go to baton pass into it with a sub and just go to work. I mean, there's just a lot of things we can do with it. This Pokemon may not be the most versatile thing, and it may not get all set up in the world. I don't need it to get set up. It's just another wall breaker. Because with base 120 in both stats, you don't know whether it's going to be special or physical. And if it's special, you better be prepared for your fire type to get smacked with a water pulse. If I'm physical, you better be expecting your ground, your steel type to get hit with an earthquake. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. This Pokemon is easy prep. Like, it's easy to use with prep to bring coverage to round out the team. And I don't have to bring Mega Glalie every week. That's why I drafted this team the way I did. I don't. It's just like, I don't have to bring Victini every week. I've got other wall breakers. I don't need to bring Decidueye every week. I've got other walls. I mean, I have other baton pass options. I've got other setup pass options. I've got other support options. I don't need to bring the same mods every week, which is what I'm looking for. And I will tell you right now that there may be a trade in the works that will be active for you too. So keep yourself posted on my channel, because you're going to want to see that. But yeah, so overall, I am in love with my team. Once again, we can recap. Let's go. We got Mega Glalie, Victini, Hydreigon, Decidueye, Blastoise, Rhyperior, Musharno, Skarmory, Mienshao, Heliolisk, and Aromatisse. I feel like our cores are balanced out really, really well. We only repeat one type in this whole entire thing, which is super cool to me. And a Psychic type. And honestly, repeating the Psychic type isn't terrible because they do two different roles. Yeah, they serve two different purposes, which is incredibly important to me. Because Musharna is support, Victini is now high support. Victini's a wall breaker or it's a win con. And Hydreigon, wall breaker or win con. Decidueye could be support or wall or win con, potentially. Blastoise is support, or it could just be a wall. Rhyperior, a wall. Musharna, support, mostly. Skarmory, a wall. Mienshao, wall breaker. Heliolisk, wall breaker / initiative. Aromatisse, cleric / support. We need a lot of support to go with this team, and yeah, I'm incredibly happy to use this team. And like I said, there's only one trade happening, and it's not even a free agent. We're actually trading with another coach. Oops, spoilers. You'll find out next week, or you'll find out after week 1. So that's all that's gonna be from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. We are going to start prepping for our week 1 match, because today is Tuesday, now Wednesday, because it is almost 2 a.m. I'm actually gonna go to bed, and we'll prep in the morning. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if that's all that's been from me, this is Pan and Base. We'll catch you guys week 1. Bye, guys.